Hey everybody, this is Sophia. I'm John. We just wanted to send a video about how much Heiser Hearing and Language Academy has meant to all of us and our family. It's really changed Sophia's life and changed our life for the better. It's just such a great staff, a wonderful staff of people, and we really love them all, and they've just done great things. And Sophia, do you have anything to say?
I love Heiser and I love Katie.
She loves Heiser, she loves Katie. Thanks, appreciate it, everything.
Hello and welcome. My name is Brett Bachman. I'm the CEO of Heiser Hearing Institute, and welcome to our virtual Sound Beginnings breakfast. Heiser Hearing and Language Academy were founded back in 1948 by two supporting organizations, the Kiwanis Club and the Women's Club of Louisville. And we've been building upon that for 72 years now. I've had a couple cups of coffee. If my math is wrong, I'm sure you guys will figure that out. But we've grown and grown and grown, and we've been serving this community for over 70 years. Doing this virtual event is new to us, so we're going to get through it and do the best we can and have fun. Hope you're all staying healthy and safe, and look forward to the time that we can all gather again. I want to start by thanking our sponsors, and I'm going to read these sponsors. I know there's a graphic coming up, but I don't want to miss them because they're very important to what we're able to do. Thank you to COSAIR Charities, Brad and Carla Sue Broker, Phonak, Blue & Company, Advanced Business Solutions, and Farley Printing. And a special thank you to the J. Wagner Group for producing this virtual event, without whom we would have not been able to do this. I also want to thank our interpreter today, Marva Johnson. And Marva, please just smack me on the head if I'm talking too fast, because I know, as I said earlier, I've had a lot of coffee and always just a bit nervous here. We will be uploading captions today for us. We were not able to produce those live, but when we go to YouTube, we'll get those uploaded for you guys. Just wanted to say a couple facts. Did you know that in the United States there are over 3 million children with hearing loss? And during this COVID time, Heiser Hearing and Language Academy has helped hundreds of these children continue to hear and be able to access their education through the internet, through ITN, and everything that they've been able to do to continue to move forward. And we're really proud of that, but we would not be able to do that but for you guys. So today, we're here to ask for your generosity. And we've got several videos for you and interviews lined up. And now I'd like to turn it over to Cheryl Donaldson. Cheryl is our Director of Early Intervention and has been an employee here for 33 years. She's going to give you some insight into what it's been like over the last 33 years to work in an organization such as this. Cheryl?
Thank you, Brett. And I want to welcome all of you who've joined us this morning for our breakfast. My name is Cheryl Donaldson, and I've been employed at Heiser Hearing Institute for the past 33 years. I'm happy to take just a few minutes this morning to reflect on my personal journey through this time, and also the changes that have taken place over the years. So I started in 1987. We were in the old Louisville Deaf Oral School building on Ormsby, and it was a wonderful place. The thing that struck me about that from the very beginning was a sense of family. Well, it was in that old building that was like an old house, so everybody that entered the doors was just embraced and welcomed into the family. And then the mission was to help the children with hearing challenges develop their listening and their communication skills to the maximum degree possible for each child. So we worked really hard to help children learn to listen and understand and communicate effectively, whether it was through spoken language or total communication. We recognized and embraced everyone that came through our doors. We held ourselves to a high standard of excellence, and we worked always to be on the cutting edge of methodologies in teaching children who were deaf or hard of hearing. There were several accomplishments. In 1988, Louisville Deaf Oral School was recognized by the Alexander Graham Bell Association for the Deaf as the leading program in the nation. And about 1991, the Regional Children's Cochlear Implant Center was established, and this was really early on in the scheme of things since the FDA approved use of cochlear implant devices in June 1991. As we saw the need for our services to expand and reach out to the greater community, the Heiser Hearing Institute was birthed. And you all probably know that we moved from the building on Ormsby to our current site on Kentucky Street in 2001. So we've been here ever since. The mission during that time has not changed. We are still committed to helping children and individuals with hearing challenges use their hearing to the best ability that they possibly can and communicate effectively. So everything that we do on our campus today is aimed at achieving those outcomes. Some things that really stand out in my mind are the increased technology that's available to us now through hearing aids and today's cochlear implant devices. They're just really amazing. Now we have universal newborn hearing screenings. We are able to identify babies early on who have hearing loss, and we're able to intervene on their behalf, from the time of their diagnosis. So because of that, we're able to give them access to sound at a much greater degree from a much earlier age. So we just continue to raise the bar in our expectations for these children. A few years ago, we had the first class of 4-year-olds graduate from Heiser Hearing and Language Academy and be mainstreamed to kindergarten. And this was a first for us. We'd always had kids finish kindergarten or sometimes even first grade before they were ready to be mainstreamed. But here we actually saw how increased technology and early intervention put together, what kind of outcomes we could actually see. So that was a really exciting year for all of us. So just in closure, I want to recognize the great leadership that we've had over the years, because without them, Kathy Daniel Sussman, Mona McCubbin, and now Brett Bachman, Heiser, would not be where it is today. And our presence in the community and in the state continues to grow as we become more and more known for the work that we do here and the excellence of services that we provide. Just in closing, I want you to know that any gift you might give today will certainly impact the lives of the children at Heiser for their entire lifetime. So we are committed to helping each child be the best that they can possibly be. So I'm only going to be around a few more months before I retire, but I'll be engaged and volunteering and cheering from the sidelines. I'll be really anxious to see what the future holds for Heiser Hearing Institute and the children that we serve. I know that the sky is the limit.
Cheryl, thank you very much for those wonderful insights. It's been amazing working with you over the last 7 years, which actually I just celebrated my 7-year anniversary at this amazing organization, and it's been such a beautiful experience seeing the miracles that happen every day. Speaking of miracles, though, I would like to talk to our techno wizards right now. I know that we've got this wonderful thermometer that we're looking at to see where our goal is. Our goal at this time right now, I think we're working on raising $40,000. So I appreciate all of those. You guys are doing amazing with that. I know that the Chiron might be running right now, and I just learned that word today, but you can text to the number 243725. If you text SBB 2020 to the number 243725. You can text in your donations, and we greatly appreciate those. It's without you guys, we would not be able to do what we are able to do and perform the miracles here every day. Moving on, I would like to go and introduce Brian and Monique Baker, as well as their lovely daughter. Abby was a graduate of Heiser Hearing Institute, and the Bakers are going to talk to us a little bit about their experience. Additionally, we have Shannon Cogan. who is the mother of Colt, and he is also a graduate of the Academy, and we're really proud of the progress that he's making with Shannon. You might also know her as the anchor on Wave TV. She's going to interview the Baker family as I experienced, and Shannon, can you please go ahead and introduce us to the Bakers?
Thank you so much, Brett. And I'm joined right now with the Baker family. I know them very well. We have Mom, Monique, Dad, Brian, and that is daughter, Abby. And I'm so happy to see you guys.
You too.
You too. So happy to be here.
Yeah.
So my son, Colt, went to school with Abby, pre-K, when you guys were little bitty ones and just so little and cute. But you're all grown up now, Abby. Tell me all about yourself. What grade are you in and what do you like to do?
I am in 4th grade and I love to sing and dance and I do chorus at my school, and then I do dance at Center Stage, and I got invited to the junior company this year, so I'm doing that on Zoom calls now since quarantine.
Wow. So when people see you, they may not realize that you have cochlear implants. Can you show them to us?
Yes. I have 2. I have one on this ear and one on the other ear, and I've had 2 surgeries, one for when I was 1 and then one when I was 2. And I have 100% hearing loss, so that's why I have 2 on both of my ears.
Wow. I bet when people learn that you have cochlear implants, they're really surprised.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of questions. Like, whenever they find out, they're like, what so-and-so, and so I have to answer those questions. But yeah, other than that, I'm just prepared for people to ask me what are those on my ears. And they're like, what are those things?
Monique, what was it like when Abby was first diagnosed?
Honestly, it was heartbreaking. I mean, we had 2 healthy kids already, and she just seemed like our other 2 kids. She failed the newborn hearing screening, and we were told, it's probably nothing, just amniotic fluid, but we needed to go ahead and get her tested. So we got her tested and found out she had profound hearing loss. So we were shocked, really, and just had no idea where to start, how to start caring for a child who is profoundly deaf and where to turn. And so it was really just, shocking and heartbreaking for us.
Yeah, I have a child also with hearing loss, and so I know it's so hard. How did you learn about Heiser, Brian?
At first in the hospital, we were given several options where we could get Abby's follow-up testing. She initially flunked the hearing screening in the hospital. They advised us that it was potentially too much amniotic fluid and it could be common, and so we weren't alarmed at all. They gave us several options, and one of our close family friends kind of told us about Heiser at the very, very beginning, and we were steered that direction. And honestly, from now, we can't look back. That was the best place to be and decision that we've ever made from the beginning, just choosing to go there, and just super thankful that she gave that option to us.
And when you say it was so important and it made such a big difference, how did it make such a big difference for Abby, do you think?
I think the people, mainly, just right away, the audiologists, you could just tell how much they cared. They followed up with us constantly. The way they interacted with Abby, just very small, every infinite detail, right away from just having hearing aids at the very beginning, just to try to get some sort of audible response, through the whole cochlear implant process, the mapping, and all of the screenings throughout. Everything was just the detail-oriented nature, and just they were our friends. They became our family, and it just felt it was the right place. And
Abby, what are some of I know you're much older now, and when you went to Heiser, favorite things are that you did at Heiser?
Yes. one of my favorite things were that when I would do art class, it was just really fun there, and we would always make these clay things and paint them, and then put them in the glaze machine that would make it look shiny, and it just felt really nice to have some art pieces from Heiser and just have a memory of that. And I liked the music classes and doing all those music songs and performing them in front of my parents. And I also liked playing with my friends in the playroom, which was attached to the classroom. So there was a lot of toys in there, and so I interacted with all of my classmates every day at the playroom, and that was.
Oh my goodness, how wonderful. Monique, what do you think that Abby got from Heiser that she would not have gotten at another school?
I mean, so much for a child that has hearing loss, of course. They are trained, all the staff, the teachers are trained specifically to teach these kids how to communicate, whatever mode of communication that is. So they know exactly when they have a kid who's deaf or hard of hearing, how to lay the groundwork and lay the groundwork that they need to be able to be successful in life. So developing those communication skills, starting to develop skills to help them advocate for themselves that they're going to need when they move into their mainstream school. So without, teachers or people in general that don't know how to help kids that are deaf or hard of hearing don't know, what is lacking. And that is what Heiser is. They know exactly what these kids need and how to get them off onto a good start. And early intervention is so critical for these little kids. And, she wouldn't be where she is today without that kind of early intervention from Heiser.
And Brian, there are so many nonprofits out there, and you are a very busy person, but yet you have decided to join the board of Heiser. Why is that?
For me, I consider it a privilege. When they asked me if I'd like to be on the board, there was absolutely no hesitation in trying to take any experience I've had in my life to help better Heiser in any way that I can. It was just a very easy decision. Seeing everything they've done for Abby, I will do anything to see another child experience what Abby's experienced.
And Abby, last question, let me ask you. Tell everyone who's watching right now, why do you feel that they should support Heiser by making a donation?
Well, Heiser has been a really big part of my life, and they've helped me develop speech and learning how to understand people and what they do and how they talk and stuff. And it's just been a really big part of my life. And I couldn't thank them. I don't know how to thank them. I just don't know how to give them so much gratitude. I don't know how I could repay them for helping me with this awesome opportunity. And just thank you to the audiologists too for giving me these hearing aids to actually hear. And it's just really amazing. And everybody should be supporting the people that have hearing loss. And it just stinks how you can't hear, but yeah.
Well, you did such a wonderful job, Abby. Thank you so much. And thank you, Monique and Brian. It was great catching up with you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell everybody hello.
Bye.
Thank you, Shannon, and the Baker family. You guys have been tremendous supporters of ours, and we really appreciate it. Brian, I also really wish to thank you for joining our board this year and continuing to support our community. Shannon, you've always been our #1 supporter, and we really appreciate everything you do. Well, I think this is probably a good time to see where we're coming. I know the donations are rolling in, your comments are rolling in, and we really appreciate everything we were. I'm not sure exactly where we were, but I've heard that we've raised a lot more money over this past 10, 15 minutes or so. So we appreciate that. I think we're getting close to our goal. Help push us forward. If you can give, I really appreciate that. And the kids here appreciate everything that you can do. So the next person that you're going to see and talk to today is somebody that you'll recognize from our 5 p.m. updates about COVID-19 from Governor Beshear. Virginia Moore is the commissioner of the state of Kentucky on deaf and hard of hearing, and she's just been a wonderful supporter. I've worked with her for many years, and she's such a great person. So I wanted to ask her if she could give us a special message today about what we're doing and how everything is going. So Virginia, if you could take it from here, please.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me to your breakfast. My name is Virginia Moore. I'm the Executive Director of the Kentucky Commission on the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. I'm also an interpreter for the governor right now during his updates on the COVID virus. What a strange time we are in right now. We should be sitting at a table having breakfast together and discussing the importance of Heiser. But instead, we're doing this virtually. At least we have that option. Because of these severe times of this virus, our kids have had to leave school early, and we're not sure when they will be able to go back to school. Our kids are so important. The deaf and hard of hearing kids already have to face the issue of trying to pick up on language. And to teach language, it is so imperative to do that between the ages of 0, birth, to 6 years of age. And that's where Heiser comes in. If you could just imagine a parent having a child and being notified for the first time that their child is severely hard of hearing or deaf, and the parent didn't know what their options are. Where will they help? Who will help them with resources and educate them? Well, the Kentucky Commission on the Deaf and Hard of Hearing partners with Heiser in providing one of those options. If your child needs sign language, a cochlear implant, hearing aids, it doesn't matter. What is so important is that your child gets a language. Heiser is one of those wonderful options. If you would, please continue to support the school. It is imperative during these times where we have a pandemic, a virus that we're unsure where our future will be, and where everyone has had to shut down and money is scarce, that we continue to support institutions like Heiser, who provide lots of resources, a language, and education for our deaf and hard of hearing kids. I appreciate having this opportunity to talk with you, and we hope we get to see each other in person. So I think at this point I'm supposed to say, Brett, take it away.
Thank you, Virginia, for all you do for the Commonwealth and keeping that communication link going to everybody, deaf and hard of hearing, hearing alike. It's an amazing thing that you guys are able to do. As I talked about earlier, the point of this is to inform you about what we do and the miracles that happen here, but also to raise the money so that we're able to continue to do what we do for these kids. I believe that we're at $36,000, which is close to our goal. If you haven't given, please do. If you have given and can give more, we would really appreciate that. That goal is going to help us continue our mission for the summer and into the next school year. So we appreciate all your generosity that you can do. Well, one of the things that I'd like to do too is also show you what effect, other than the last two people that you talked to, sorry, I'm saying a lot and I realize it. Now let's see the effect of what your generosity has on these kids and the parents who do go here. So go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ashley, and this is my daughter Lila. She attends Heiser Hearing and Language Academy, and she has for over a year. They provide many educational opportunities for her, including therapy, art, and music, and dance. We love her school so very much, and even during COVID-19, they provided our family with a lot of support. They have provided continual online education and therapy, and they have also had a drive-through curbside service that we used when we had to get her hearing aid repaired. This is her hearing aid. She wears a Baja. We love you, Heiser, and thank you for all that you do.
Shannon, thank you again. As well as the last people we talked, Shannon, I'm going to turn it over to Shannon Cogan, who can tell you how you guys can express your generosity even more. Shannon?
Thank you, Brett, and I am so honored to be a board member of Heiser Hearing because I have seen firsthand the huge difference that Heiser Hearing makes in the lives of children, including my son Colt. Colt has bilateral hearing loss, and he attended Heiser for a couple of years, and it made such a difference, didn't it? Yeah, do you want to say something?
Please support Heiser.
Please support Heiser. I love that, and that is why we're here today to ask for your support, because it is so important, because now more than ever, we really need your help. Students at Heiser get everything for free, thanks to fundraising and also the revenues from patients at our hearing clinics. But because of the coronavirus pandemic, those revenues are down, which is why we really need your help. So if you can, we know this is a difficult time for so many families, but if you can give, we hope you will consider doing so. And it's so easy to do that. You can donate using the link in the caption, or you can text SBB2020 to 243725. You can also mail your donation made payable to Heiser Hearing and Language Academy to 111 East Kentucky Street, Louisville, Kentucky 40203. Heiser Hearing can't do it without your support.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brett.
Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. I don't know how you're getting that translated. I'm trying to throw her off today. I haven't been able to. She's that good. Well, we're about ready to wrap up our virtual breakfast, and we really appreciate, again, I cannot say that enough. I know I'm saying it a lot, but there's no way I could thank you guys for watching, for giving, for taking care and helping us take care of the kids here. I know that we're getting close, folks. Keep those donations rolling. We don't have a final number yet. As soon as we get a final number, we're going to post it and let everybody know and send our thank yous. Again, I do have to thank our wonderful sponsors, Corsair Charities, Brad and Carla Sue Broker, Phonak, Blue & Company, Advanced Business Solutions, and Farley Printing. Without our sponsors, without our individual donors, we would not be able to do. I've said that a lot. I'll say it every day of my life. So thank you. Have a good morning. Stay safe out there. I hope you're having a wonderful breakfast like I am. Well, probably healthier than the croissant. I'm going to have the fruit, according to my wife. I don't know if she's watching, but honey, I'm going to eat the fruit, I promise. So thank you. You guys have an amazing day, and we're going to sign off.